Hello, Genesis Jones here, and in this video we will be using Linux commands to search Linux logs and then verify our results by using Splunk to analyze network traffic and logs. Now, log analysis is one of the most widely used skills for an analyst. Logs can give indicators of what might be happening to systems on the network. Specifically, logs can indicate precursors to compromise, contain information about a compromise, and contain information relevant to post-exploitation activities. Now, there are various tools that can be used to analyze logs. There are commercial tools like Splunk, as well as free tools like the Linux commands awk, gawk, and grep. The important thing is to be able to look at the logs and parse the relevant information that we're looking for regardless of the tool being used. Now, Linux keeps a large number of log files that keeps track of events on the system. One of the most important log files is the log secure, which logs security incidents. The secure file is located in /var/log on a Red Hat variant of Linux. The Ubuntu or Debian equivalent to secure is auth.log. This log file tracks the following information: the creation of new user accounts, the creation of new group accounts, logging on from a remote system, and changing a user's password. So first we are going to click on the Kali virtual machine and log in with the username of root and the password of Tor, which is root backwards. We're going to open a terminal on Kali and type uname --a to get the version of Linux. Next, let's type the ls command and press enter to list files and folders in the root directory. Now we are going to type the following command and press enter to view the log files. Now just take note, the file is very long and has a lot of lines. We will use the wc command in Linux to determine the number of lines. First, let's type wc-help and press enter to view the options for wc. Now, wc is a program that displays the line, word, character, and byte count of a file. So let's type wc-l on the log file and press enter to view the number of lines in the file. Take note here that the number to the left of the file indicates that this log file has 361,717 lines. That is a large amount of data. Now, the head command can be used in Linux to display the beginning of a file. We're going to type head-help command and press enter to view the options for head. Now let's type the command to view the first 10 lines of the log files. The tail command can be used in Linux to display the end of a file. We're going to type tail-help command and press enter to view the options for tail. Now let's type the command to view the last 10 lines of the log file. Now let's actually type the command to view the first 25 lines of the log file. Now we're also going to type the command to view the last 16 lines of the log file. Alright, now the grep command, grep stands for Global Regular Expressions Print, can be used to parse data for a certain term or search expression. We're going to type grep-help command and press enter to view the options for grep. So let's use the grep command to view all the lines with the word Microsoft. So the cat command displays the content of files to the screen. We're going to display the content of the log file and then pipe to our grep command to find the term Microsoft. Now the pipe is a command in Linux that allows the output of each process to be used directly as input to the next one, like a pipeline. So let's type this command to view all lines with the word Microsoft. Notice that this is the first line of the log file, which is why it is the only line listed. Now let's view all lines with the word date. Notice this is also only one line listed. Now the grep command is case sensitive. When we change the word date to all lowercase, note that there are no results. Let's look at this really quickly. And as you can see, there are no results. Alright, so now let's type the command to find logs with the #230 for the grep command. Oops, and let's make sure that there is a space before and after the dash. Let's try this again. There we go. Now notice the error we are receiving. This is due to the information at the beginning of the file. So we need to remove that information to remove the error. So let's open the file using LeafPad, and LeafPad is an open source text editor in Linux. So let's remove the first 4 lines and then save the file. Then we will close the log file. All right, so let's go back to that grep command we typed that previously gave us an error to see what is the output. Now note, the command line expression gawk can be used to display a particular column of your output. The default delimiter is the space, but you can change that by typing the gawk command at the terminal to see all of the available options. So let's view the options for the gawk command. Now let's use the gawk command to display the first column in the log file. The sort command can be used in Linux to put the output of the columns in order. Let's view the options for the sort command. The unique command can be used in Linux to show all of the columns with a unique output. Let's view the options for the unique command. The unique program discards duplicate lines from a listing. Notice at time 10:25 and 42 seconds p.m., there have been 381 lines associated with that particular time. Let's use the gawk command to display the total number of each of the unique values in the first column, which are the unique times within the log file. Next, let's use the gawk command to display the total number of each of the unique values in the 3 columns in the log file. So the FTP log codes include 331, which this is an attempted login, 530, this is a failure to log in, log code 230, this is a successful login or log out. So let's use the gawk command to display the total number of each of the unique values in the 5th column in the log file. According to the attacker, there were 180,856 attempted logins by the administrator account. The 331 code shows this to be the case. There were 180,855 failed logins shown by the error code of 530. And there were only 2 successful logins and or logouts. So in summary, log files can be extremely large, as you saw with the 361,000 plus logs we witnessed. One way to view their output is by using the command line in Linux. The cat command in Linux will allow us to view a file, and the grep command can be used to parse through the information. The head command will show us the first lines in a file, and the tail command will show us the last few lines. Using a combination of gawk, sort, and unique commands, we can find out specific information about events in log files. Now let's go to Splunk. Splunk is a log analysis tool that will allow us to ingest several different types of log formats, including web logs, system logs, event viewer files, and PCAP data. Splunk is a commercial product, but they do have a free edition. With the free edition of Splunk, there is a parse limit of 500 megabytes per day within a 24-hour time frame. So let's log on to the Windows 10 virtual machine as student with the password, and then double click the Chrome icon on the desktop. So we will automatically be logged into Splunk. Here we see that Splunk is using port number 8000 when connecting to the local host address. Let's click Explore Splunk in the top right of the window. We're going to click Add Data. Let's click Upload Files from my computer. Let's click Select File. And let's browse to this PC, then to desktop, then files, and then let's double click on the EX191.112 file. Just note, this is the same file we parsed through with the Linux command line tools. So let's click Next. Let's verify that the source type is IIS and select Next. So the source type is the type of log file that Splunk is going to analyze. IIS is a web server on Windows web servers. Let's click Review to input the settings. Then click Submit to upload that file. So after the file has been uploaded, we're going to click Start Searching. In the new search bar, type 530 with quotes around it, and then click the search button. The 530 event code in IIS is a user cannot log in error. Remember that the number of events with the code 530 is 180,855. This was the exact number of this particular event code when we used all of the Linux commands earlier to parse the information. Notice that both methods provide the same result, but the Linux results were provided faster. Now, the disadvantage to the Linux method is remembering the use and syntax of the commands. Now, in the new search bar, let's type 230 all in quotes and then click the search button. The 230 event code is a successful login in IIS. The number of events with the code of 230 is 2. This was the same number of this event code when we used all of the Linux commands below to parse the information. So in summary, Splunk is a log analysis tool that will allow you to ingest several different types of log formats, including web logs, system logs, event viewer files, and PCAP data. Splunk is a commercial product, but they do have a free edition. With the free edition of Splunk, there is a parse limit of 500 megabytes per day within a 24-hour time frame. Splunk and Linux command line log analysis provide the same result, but the Linux results are provided faster. The disadvantage to the Linux method is remembering the use and syntax of the commands. Frequent use and practice with the Linux commands and the available switches will make you more familiar with them. But just know that using Splunk is always another option. That's all for now. This is Genesis Jones, and until next time.